Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Chasen Dreams Podcast. Today we got a really special guest. I've actually known him for a little while. Dakota, want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Dakota. I also go by Mrgreenelite for what I do. I'm a variety Twitch streamer. Uh, so essentially, what I do is I my hobby is playing video games, and I stream my gameplays as well as my camera audio. I try to make it a, a fun experience, and that's on Twitch. So,
Twitch, what? Where can they find you on
what
Twitch
else do you need to
exactly?
know?
Where on Twitch exactly can they find you?
It's twitch.tv/ Mr. Green Elite. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, uh, Facebook. All of it's under Mr. Green Elite.
Okay,
So
perfect.
Makes it easy.
Yep.
hmm?
So, what made you want to
Mhm.
start streaming?
I decided to stream. It's kind of weird. Uh, how I started out was with the PlayStation 4. I was playing a game called Destiny 2, and I was in a clan. That's a real clan based game. And someone's like, "Oh, why don't you jump on Twitch and stream like the game you're about to play?" Because at the time I was like playing a lot of PvP, and I didn't even know that was a feature on PlayStation. So I started it up kind of as a gag, and after that I didn't really think much of it until I would say like maybe 6 to 8 months later. Someone's like, "Hey, why don't you just start streaming like your content like you were doing previously?" Because it was really enjoyable. I really liked how you're playing the game, and I also used it as a way to like show people like that were new to the game like how things function. From there, I kind of it kind of got me hooked. I started with the PS4, doing the broadcast right off the PlayStation, and then I just didn't like how it looked, because you can't really change like your format. You had to have a PlayStation camera to show your face. So it was like a rabbit hole from there. I bought a laptop, a capture card, and I was streaming with that, having all the PlayStation images going to the PC. A lot of technical difficulties going off from that, but like from there, I switched to a bigger PC. Really started getting into like the audio visual parts of it. And then now today I'm up to the point where I'm running two PCs. I've got a professional quality mixer, a 4K camera. Um, I put a lot of money into it, and it was more of like something that's a hobby for me. Like it's something that I genuinely enjoy doing after work. Um, the the thing I had with it was that um, I could be playing video games with people while also like trying to either help them, like either in video games or making a connection with people that are not necessarily playing games with me, but watching me as I play these games. And it kind of went from like a making that connection and entertaining, to like an actual community. And I that's the one thing I absolutely enjoy about doing it is the community aspect of it.
Well, I used to game quite a bit, and I think the community just in gaming was always amazing. Like, I met some of my best friends just through gaming.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I'll still
yeah,
hang out with them to this day
yeah.
or
I've met a
talk to
guy.
them.
I met a guy who's local that like I would consider him one of my best friends. Like, and we met through Twitch.
Yeah,
We
it's
we
insane how great of a connection you get from people who like doing what you do, and they know nothing about you. If you want to get away, I I like gaming.
gaming is that's the biggest pro about it is I'm playing games while also entertaining people.
Yeah.
And I at first I never thought that would be something I'd want to do. When I first heard of live streaming video games, it wasn't even Twitch; it was Justin TV, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing on the planet. Like I constantly was like, what the hell? Why would someone want to watch someone play video games when you could do it yourself?
Now it's like a
And like
multi-billion-dollar business.
yeah, once I tried it, it was a completely different like view on it. It changed my paradigm on it.
Okay. So you said you like the educational aspect of it, like showing the new gamers different parts about the game. You want to go into that a little more, and maybe mention your podcast too,
Yeah, so
because that's kind
the
of the same kind of
educational part,
thing.
like, I'm sorry, what was that?
It's kind of like the same thing. It's an educational thing, and you guys give tips and
Hmm.
um, help in that aspect too. You just kind of forgot to plug it, so I don't want you to
Oh yeah,
forget.
yeah. So, what I'm also on a podcast called Next to Nothing, and that is ran by one of the friend I was talking about, Danny K, um, as well as Rev Sven. He is our other co-host, and then I co-host as well. We do mainly uh, budget gaming, gaming on a budget, which is hence next to nothing. Gaming while paying next to nothing for it. We either pick games that are relatively cheap or inexpensive. We do reviews on those. We do indie titles. We talk about current gaming news that can affect your wallet. We've talked tech reviews, and also the AAA games, like the AAA games that, like, is it really worth paying $60-$70 for a game? If you absolutely have to have that AAA title, is it really worth paying for it, or is it something you could wait until it's on sale? So that's the biggest aspect of it.
I
Um,
watched a few of them and I really enjoyed it. Like, you guys all have a good flow and good chemistry.
hmm.
Um, and like the budget aspect of it, like I wasn't expecting that. I guess I kind of overlooked the title, but it's super good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then so with both of them, because I'd consider the podcast kind of a dream too. Like
Hmm.
with the podcast and the streaming, what's something you wish you knew before you started both of them? Like you mentioned, now you have two cameras. Do you wish you would have started with a bigger budget right away, or do you wish you would have started on PC? Anything like that?
For the streaming, I honestly, what I would have wished for, knowing sooner, would have been like actually getting into it sooner.
Okay.
That's probably my biggest regret, um, is not getting into it back when it was first starting up. Because like right now, it's considered an oversaturated thing. There's so many broadcasters right now, and you're fighting for your place in this massive amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like if you started 3, 4, 5 years ago, when people are just starting to catch on to it, like especially with esports becoming a big thing, and then a lot of those
All right.
esports players were getting a lot of views.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
yeah, that would have definitely been the time to start. Which I mean, it's not to say that it's impossible. Um, it definitely isn't. There's people who start streaming and they have a fantastic personality and great content that they can be playing for 6 months and streaming and putting out all this YouTube content and make it to where there's hundreds of people, thousands of people watching them. So
So if somebody wanted to start streaming, what would be like something you would tell them to do? Because they can't go back in time, I guess. So
mhm.
is there something you would recommend then? I guess. Sorry, I guess I didn't. My question wasn't clear.
No, the consistency. Consistency
Consistency.
is always the key. Um, there's people who ask me, "Hey, I see that you're streaming." I like local friends, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, "I want to try that," um, and they'll get the equipment for it, or the bare minimum equipment for it, and they'll start out and like their first couple streams or not, they don't have any viewers, or they have 1 or 2 viewers that are people that they know,
Mm.
and they give up because they're not getting any views. Well, you're not going to get views right off the go.
Oh.
Your discoverability when you start is so low. It's super difficult to just pick up and go. You have to be focused on making content not only on your streaming platform, but on social media as well, like Twitter, YouTube. YouTube's a big one because the algorithm for them um, is constantly pushing new videos
Mm-hmm.
versus Twitch, because Twitch is a company, or Facebook, or whichever platform you choose. They're making money um, for people who view you. So the more people that are viewing a certain person, they're going to be pushing that person
Mm-hmm.
and promoting them to get more views. So that's why it's a great idea to put content everywhere, not just on one source.
Okay. Do you stream on Facebook too then? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chase.
I only stream on Twitter, Twitch. Yeah,
Okay.
Twitch. I put clips and other videos on like Twitter. I'm working on YouTube. I'm just horrible at video editing. Like
It's tough.
I'm still like
Oh,
watching
yeah.
tutorials and stuff. Yeah, I got OBS and stuff down, but I'm using Adobe Premiere, and I used to use it in high school, and it's like a completely different program.
Oh yeah,
I
I know.
Save the money and
Yeah.
use OBS. From what we've seen, it seems to be better at least.
No. I use
He's
OBS
talking about
to
video editor.
encode and
Yeah.
Oh
record.
yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I use OBS as my encoder and recorder.
Yeah, we use Adobe too, don't we?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
use Premiere Elements though.
Yeah, I use Premiere Pro,
Yeah.
and it is a completely different thing from Premiere 2008.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
It's
way
funny
different.
how things change. So, what would
Yeah.
be someone looking to start a podcast? What would you want to give them? Sorry, we got to kind of jump back and forth. Unless you just kind of want to focus on the streaming, or do you want to talk about the podcast too?
It doesn't matter. Podcast is great too. Podcasting is the biggest thing is preparing for what you're going to talk about, and making networking. Networking is huge. Um, if you plan on doing guests or anything like that, you got to be able to reach out to people. Thankfully, I don't have to do much networking. Um, Danny does a lot of that. Danny K, the other co-host, he's the lead of the podcast. So um, I've asked a few people to come on. It's hard to get responses back,
Oh, it's tough.
but yeah, networking and talking to people and being involved in it is it makes a huge difference.
Okay.
So
Then you meet a lot of interesting people.
yes, we have. I've met some very interesting people.
Yeah.
I've guested on some podcasts as well with some very interesting people. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So
okay, so let's say when you're streaming, I got a question
Mhm.
just off the head. When you're streaming, you have the brand new game drops. Let's say Warzone just drops. Do you switch over to it right away? Or do you wait until it dies down a little bit to get back into it?
it just depends on where you're at in your stream. Me personally, I don't. Um, because I'm still an extremely small streamer.
Yeah.
I'm not where I want to be. I never will be at where I want to be because I'm always constantly upping my goal. But like it just depends on the game. I still go back to Destiny frequently, especially when new content drops, new seasons and new DLCs. And I always do that first day. Um, but like if a new game came out that was super hyped and everyone's gonna watch it, I usually tend to stay away from that, especially because I'm a late night streamer and
Oh, yeah.
don't get uh, I don't get to it right when it drops. Like a lot of bigger streamers do because that's their full time job.
And when you do
Um,
get on,
I,
is it like oversaturated? Is that what you mean? Like for
I
that game,
yeah,
do you
like
go for more of a
yeah,
niche?
yeah. When I get on stream when Twitch is technically at peak hours.
Okay.
So there's a lot of broadcasters. The best time, just for Twitch in general, the least amount of broadcasters is at around 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
Do the
which
views
means that
correlate pretty closely to that, though?
I'm sorry,
Do the
you cut out.
viewers correlate like pretty closely to that, though? Like, is the
They're
lowest
pretty
viewing?
close.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with like daytime is there's a lot of potential for people who are, either working or doing daily chores that just want to hear background noise.
Gotcha.
Um, so like I'll be watching someone stream at work, like on Facebook because I can't get on Twitch on my work PC, and I'll have it up in the background just listening to it, and trying to watch when I can, like if I'm on break or if I have a moment. And I notice a lot of the times there's people viewing, but they're not chatting. They're just what we call lurking, and lurking is a huge thing too, because they're still enjoying that content in whatever form they want to, and however form they like to, but they're not technically interacting. But it's still a view, and it's still something that actually goes towards your metrics.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a lurker. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So, I guess though, is there a common myth that you would like to debunk about streaming? About
The most common misconception of streaming is that it's easy. It's
yeah.
definitely not easy. It's just like technical uh, issues arise constantly. You can have the best systems on the planet, and you're still going to have issues. And you have to learn everything. You have to learn the programs. You have to deal with your internet provider. You have to have certain upload speeds. So that's just the technical side. But you also have to take into consideration people are watching you not necessarily for the game. The game is a big part of it. Don't get me wrong. However, they're also watching you for you.
The
So,
personality aspect of it.
yeah, a lot of people, I see a lot of new people go in and they're not talking. Um, a lot of, like, some don't even put cams on. It's just them playing a video game. And, like, sometimes that works. There's some people who either have no cam or they have a camera facing down on their mouse hand.
That's weird.
And that works for a very few people. Um, but the people who don't talk, don't let their personality show, are the ones that are not going to actually go forward into it because they don't really see it as someone's there for them. They're looking at it as someone's there for the video game. Um, so it's mentally taxing to put on this essential persona, or be consistent with the times of playing, because another big thing is schedule. You have to stick to a schedule.
Oh yeah.
The
Going,
consistency coming back.
yeah. If you're random when you stream, people aren't going to know when you're on versus when you're not on. Um, so you got to stick with that. You have to, show people that you're worth watching. Like, hey, I'm fun, or I'm funny, or I'm a serious gamer, or I'm a character gamer. Like, there's a lot of character gamers in Twitch and other platforms that are, they like Dr. Disrespect is a big one. Like, he's a character streamer. He puts on this persona and a character that is rough and doesn't take any shit, a badass, stuff like that, and it's like a satire, and that takes effort. It's never easy to do that stuff. There's people who have hundreds of you know hundreds of thousands of followers, and people who stream for 1,000 hours a month and have a bunch of subscriptions, and they decide to quit because it's mentally taxing, and they've done it for so long, and they thought that it was something that they wanted, and it ended up not being that. So that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest myth, is that it's easy. I hear that a lot. You're just playing a video game. That's all you're doing. No, I'm not. I'm doing all this technical stuff with PCs, playing the game, trying to interact with my chat, and trying to put on the best version of me that I can so people come back.
So you'd consider yourself like a personality type then? You listed a few off there.
What I do, I try to be as true to myself as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be as realistically how I would be in person as I would be like on screen. So like if someone were to watch me at my Twitch stream, never met me, I want them to be able to come like see me face to face and be the same person.
I see.
It's like that's my biggest thing. So like if I'm super bubbly or something like that, that's not normally me. Like I try to like I don't know how my personality is. Like I can't really describe it to a T. Like I try to be fun. Um, I crack jokes. I get angry when I get angry. Like I get salty when I play games uh, all the time. Like and that it shows on my stream. I try not to be. I try to be as positive and hyped as I can. But the biggest thing with me is I'm real.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's my thing. It's like what you see is what you get. Like I try to like I want it to where if someone's watching me, they can meet me in person and they can still look at me like, "Hey, I can talk to you."
Yeah, I haven't seen your streams,
And I
but
can.
I've known you for almost 10 years now. Can you believe that? And just
Yeah,
talking to
it's been a
you,
long time.
yeah, talking to you now, and that's not even as long as Chase has, but talking to you now on this, I can tell that you're genuine. So that's
Hmm.
something good. Um, yeah, I don't know how to describe your personality either, because you're fun, but you're like serious at the same. I don't know. It's tough to pinpoint.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is that, like I like to make my camera like big on my face and then
Yeah.
just
Facial expression.
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
I personally like watching streamers for reactions.
Yeah.
So I actually like what you're doing. I've watched a couple of your streams. I've jumped in on a couple of your streams before, if
mhm.
you remember.
Yeah, I remember. I remember a lot. Like I'm so like my community is relatively small, so like I remember pretty much everyone who comes in. Like they're like to their names and everything.
So if I would
So
have
like
said I'd
if
watched you, you would have known I was lying.
yeah, well, if because you had to pick your username.
Oh,
So if I know that your username is you, then yeah.
okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't lie to you then. I'm there every Monday at 7 o'clock, which is when Dakota streams. He forgot to mention that. He said that before we
yeah,
started.
I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Um,
All 7?
Mon- Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. It's I try to be 7 o'clock on Saturday,
Central Time.
um, Central Time. Yeah, so I'm usually 7 to 10 on the Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday is 7 to whenever I decide to get off, which is usually like 6 to 8 hours.
Well,
I
Yeah.
I go late on Friday,
There you go.
and then Saturday is the same thing. Like sometimes I'll mix up Saturday. I leave Saturday kind of like a surprise thing.
Hmm.
Um, like I put approximately 7 as my schedule. Sometimes I'll stream in the morning if I like get up early enough.
oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll be ran at 7 and go to 3, 4 in the morning. So
Decent.
yeah, except for last Saturday, I only went until like 12:30,
Chomp.
so I was super tired.
That's weak.
Yeah, it was sad. But Friday night into Saturday night, I went until 2:30.
Oh,
So
nice. Well, yeah, then I guess you don't got to do quite as long.
um, I guess my question: any plans to get back into ESO
ESO on PC.
on PC? Nice.
I have not booted up my PS4. I got a PS4 Pro Christmas last year, or it might have been later, or I don't remember. I got a PS4 Pro now. I haven't turned it on in about 5 months.
Uh,
Yeah. Um, just because I built my gaming PC and then I built a streaming PC. I would like to do more PS4 like exclusive games, but at this point, it's not going to really be a big deal anymore because the PS5 is going to come out.
yeah.
Um, so I have ESO on my PC. It's a fun game. I have to like level everything back up, but like most of my gaming is FPS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been into. I try to stay like when anyone asks me what kind of gamer I am or what kind of streamer I am, I try to tell them FPS or no, I try to tell them variety. But right now it's been a lot of FPS.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
FPS meaning first person shooter, correct?
correct, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Call of Duty Warzone, a lot of Apex, and a lot of Destiny. I've been really slacking on Destiny though because the content has been meh lately.
Destiny's
I've,
okay.
I actually really like Destiny, like the original Destiny when it
Destiny
first
2
came out.
Destiny 2 has gone leaps and bounds from when it first released. Like the first year, it's almost a completely different game now. However, it's still not where it could be.
Why haven't you been playing any Destiny, Chase? What's going on with your PlayStation?
Oh, well, if I ever did get back into gaming, like big gaming, I'd probably switch to PC too. It's just a lot more
Where it's at.
competitive of the world. Yeah, it's so much more competitive.
I just set you up for
Yeah, no,
a neat story though.
yeah, what happened to my PlayStation? A couple months ago, I found out PlayStations could bounce. Like, dude, they can bounce like 4 feet. Did you know that?
I'm pretty sure if you throw anything hard enough onto the ground, it will bounce.
Oh, dude, it was just a drop. It
Yeah.
wasn't even a throw.
We tried everything too. We tore it apart like 8 times, replaced the hard
Yeah.
drive. It's just it's cooked.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry,
yeah.
that's a
No,
sidestep.
yeah, I had the Glacier White PlayStation from the original Destiny drop.
Destiny Edition. Yeah.
I had a Destiny Edition PlayStation once too. Mine had the stamp on it though. It was kind of neat.
Yeah, yours was from.
It was Destiny, but it was like stamped. It
Was
wasn't
that the
just white.
Taken King?
I think so.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
sold
See,
it.
that's the thing. That's the thing with like Destiny. Like my biggest like secret in the Destiny community is I never played Destiny 1.
Yeah,
Like
that's crazy to
ever.
me.
Don't yell that,
I
dude.
played that. I started on Destiny 2, and like I'm following a lot of people on Twitter who are like big. They were big in the Destiny, and like I just like outed myself. Like I never played Destiny 1. So
I played
which
Destiny 1 for the two of us.
I've gotten all of my information about Destiny 1 from YouTube videos.
Really?
Uh,
Because
I've
the
never played it.
story of the game is fantastic.
oh, yeah, it really
Like
is.
the lore.
Yeah.
Lore is amazing.
I've watched both you guys play it in person, but I've like I said, I never watched your stream, and it was weird. But I never have actually played it myself.
Well, Destiny 1 was like entire different gameplay to like the ending of Destiny 1. And then Destiny 2 was like similar to the ending of Destiny 1. And now I hear it's totally different again.
Hmm.
Like they changed the gameplay
There's
constantly.
a lot more stuff to do in
Yeah.
Destiny 2.
Nice.
But the problem with it is like your exotics, like all of a sudden they're weaker than your normal rares. Like when you try to get back into it like I do. So it's just, I don't know. It's an aggravating point to me, trying to jump back into it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I got another question for you. So do you like have a big, like I don't know, like I guess I wouldn't call it a mentor, but somebody who like influenced you in either way, somebody specific,
You can say Chase.
a big name or a small name.
Like so like when I first started, it wasn't really like I didn't really look up to anyone in the streaming community.
Mm-hmm.
As I like really started diving into it, honestly, the people who pushed me the most would probably be the friends that I play with, like the streamers that I work with. So like
Oh, okay.
Danny K is like one of my biggest like supporters, and I like I do include him in a lot of things. Um, he pushes me to push my goals. And I do the same thing. I also have a friend I play with damn near every day now, from Virginia,
Nice.
who his name's Hi I'm Biggs, and uh, he streams too. And I helped him. I pushed him to do like get to affiliate on Twitch, and like he hypes me up all the time.
Nice.
Um,
Is a
and that means a lot to me. So
sorry, I'm
it's
ignorant. Is affiliate like a higher tier or something?
it's where you actually start getting monetized for Twitch.
And you're there, right?
So people, yeah,
Okay.
I'm affiliated. Yeah.
Okay.
So like people can subscribe to you. They can give you bits. Whereas like if you just have a standard account, they can't subscribe to you. They can't give you bits, but they can, if you set up like a PayPal, they can donate money directly to you.
Or like a Patreon or something, probably.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So like the people that I play with the most, or I'm constantly talking to, those are the people I look up to the most. And then what inspires me are people like Dr. Disrespect. Tim the Tap Man's a huge one. Like I love Tim the Tap Man's content. And then also on Facebook, um, Darkness 429. He was a Destiny streamer. Now he's more of a variety. He plays a lot of Call of Duty. He's part of a group called Rare Drop, that has like Professor Broman, a lot of the Destiny guys, that were huge into Destiny 1, like Professor Broman and King Gathalion. I really love their content. I try to, see what they have going on, because like every time I see their numbers grow, it pushes me to see like, hey, I could get to that point. That's what I want to shoot for.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
And then
great.
a lot of smaller streamers that have fantastic content too, really inspire me as well. Like Rexzilla on Facebook and uh, Audio Freak, the fantastic content. Like can't get enough of it, especially Audio Freak, because he is very real with his people.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact way that I want to be with my community, um, and my viewers. And then Rexzilla is the funniest guy I like, um,
That's always
on
good
Facebook.
when they can keep you laughing.
Yeah, I think he's the funniest guy on Facebook. And then my friend Bubba Pudding, who is also a local, um, albeit a little bit farther. His content is absolutely comedy. He does so much like he does like voices and stuff, and like he's a big wrestling fan. So like anytime I raid into him and like I have all my viewers go to him, he does like this thing where it's like Batista walking down the stage, but it's with Bubba Pudding's head on his body.
Oh
And
man.
Bubba's like a little heavier set, so it's like a chunkier face with like a big jacked body.
With a name like
Oh,
Bubba. I'd
yeah,
be
Bubba Pudding,
disappointed if Bubba
hilarious.
Pudding was skinny. I would be very upset. It's
He's
false
a great guy
advertising.
though. Like
I
I
bet he
talked to him,
is.
I've met him in person. Great guy. So it's always the people I play with the most, as I said, or that I communicate with in like Discord and stuff. Those are the guys who push me the most.
It's almost like a team you got, which is good.
Oh
Keep each other
yeah,
honest. Keep each other motivated.
we're actually working on an actual stream team,
Perfect.
so that'll
Do you,
happen soon.
do you guys get like competitive with other streamers? Like, do you ever get on
Not until they get
another
their team, yeah.
streamer's like stream and talk shit?
No,
Oh,
I don't.
Is
like
It's
is
not
that a
uncommon.
thing?
I've seen people do it. It's usually the people who are essentially trying to find clout.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that usually aren't successful. The biggest thing with like the streaming community, um, is the inclusiveness. A lot of streamers are not, hey, don't talk to me kind of thing. They're very inclusive. Of course, there are people who are just going in, trying to self promote themselves in other people's streams. That's extremely frowned upon.
yeah, I was wondering
Um,
if people would do that.
it's happened plenty, especially on like other social medias like Twitch and or Twitter and Instagram.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you're streaming and like let's say someone comes on your stream and tries to
Real toxic.
pirate your views or something, can you mute them or
Yeah,
delete their comments?
you can either ban them from your stream,
Mm-hmm.
which would automatically delete any of their comments on your chat.
But you probably
Or you
try to
can-
avoid that, right? If possible.
I try to. If it gets if someone comes in and they're being extremely toxic or trolling,
Mm-hmm.
I try to time them out first.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, I'm like, the biggest thing that I get, I'm gonna be completely real with you,
Mm-hmm.
is I'll be playing, especially Call of Duty, because I purposely put TTV in my name to get those memes.
Mm.
I want those reactions. So someone will come into my chat after I've killed them, and they'll try to troll me.
So they go right there. I see.
Yeah, they go straight to my Twitch, and they see my Twitch, and a lot of the times they're very toxic. They'll I'll get a lot of you're fat or fat ass or something like that. Don't eat me, stuff like that. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry you lost, yeah, and usually that's it. They either go
They get
or
bored and leave.
yeah, if it gets elevated, I'll time them out, which is they can't comment on my thing, but they're not banned.
They probably lose interest when they're timed out, I would think, right? Unless
yeah,
they have a
very
real
much.
vendetta, but it's probably rare.
What's amazing though is it just happened not too long ago. I was playing with my friend Biggs, and we were playing duos in Warzone. We killed a team, and one of them redeployed, and I killed him again. And while he was dropping, and I felt bad about it. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. But then he comes into my chat, and he's like, I was trying to stream snipe you, it didn't work. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry that I killed you, twice. And he's been a regular viewer now. He stops in at least once a stream for a good portion, and he's he gave me a follow and everything like that. That's the cool side.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Of that.
That's actually really solid. Great community there.
It's really nice. Yeah, he'll come in and I think it was the Friday stream. I accidentally killed myself with a grenade, and he clipped it for me. Yeah, he's like, I clipped it. I got it because I didn't know he was in the chat yet. He hadn't said anything.
Nice.
He's like, oh, well, here's a clip of you just killing yourself.
That's awesome.
So before I forget, while we are kind of on the subject, you mentioned Danny K again, and I want to give him a shout out because I messaged him. Well, I messaged you about the podcast because I had questions, and then I DM'd him on Twitter, and he was quick to respond. He gave lots of good help, so super nice guy there. So make sure you give him a follow too.
Yeah, he's also on. He's also on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't know me, so I mean he could have just ignored me, but Danny K, and it's DANICAE, correct?
DANIECAE.
Yeah, I butchered that. We'll put all that in the description though, so you can check them both out. But yeah, I really appreciate his help because he didn't need to respond. So.
Oh, his Twitch content's fantastic too.
Yeah, he has a good voice.
He's probably one of the biggest people I look up to because he's always friendly. We chat just like normal. We text each other, Facebook. We're in Discord together. We're always sending each other just stupid shit. So, and we, do a podcast every week. Yeah. So,
is it weird to say he has a nice voice? I don't know.
He does have a nice voice.
Yeah, see?
And he just grew a mustache too. He grew out his mustache. He's doing the curl.
Fantastic.
It looks like
it kind of fits that voice. Now that I think about it, he sounds like a guy with a fancy mustache.
Well, I've never seen it fit so perfectly on someone's face before.
Yeah.
He always had a beard, but I never saw him do a curled beard.
Yeah.
Or a curled mustache before, and it fits perfectly. It looks like Robin Hood. It's perfect. Or Green Arrow, not Robin Hood. Green Arrow.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Wow, totally different.
Yeah.
I was really confused at first too, and I didn't make the connection. I was like, I don't remember Robin Hood having a curled mustache. But I was gonna let you have it.
Green Arrow is based off Robin Hood, and you know it. So
Yeah.
Is he though, or was that a completely original idea?
it was not.
He was based on Hawkeye, you mean?
Green Arrow came before Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know I'm wearing a DC shirt, but I definitely lean towards Marvel, and Dakota and I have a little bit of a riff there.
Well, no, I'm a Marvel boy all the way. I've always been, my name is Mr. Green because of the Hulk.
But I know you love Batman.
I hate Batman. Batman is a bitch.
I agree.
Like,
if you're ever like driving around and you come across Wi-Fi that's Batman as a bitch, you just found Dakota's house. Go knock on the door. If they're just driving around and happen to find it.
Well, I actually changed it. It's no longer
it's not that.
Weak.
Yeah. My Wi-Fi is a DEA surveillance ban.
Oh, do you know what mine is?
What?
OJ was innocent.
So yeah, I had it as DEA surveillance ban because I moved to a town for a while that was like very notorious for drugs. So like I wanted to freak people out, and I just never changed it from there. So
nice.
Not a bad idea. Oh yeah, okay. I just thought of the town you moved to.
Yep.
I could not remember.
Up north.
Similar.
To the north, but not all the way north, to the real big one. The one about halfway through.
Well, that place isn't really big, but
it's halfway there to the real big drug town. Steps. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
So, what is your next goal then that you have? Like, because I'm sure because you said already you're not done, like, chasing what you consider your dreams. You said you'll never be satisfied, but, like, what's the next milestone you want to hit?
Well, ideally, the next milestone for me would be a partner push, which would mean that, like, I have to have 75 concurrent viewers, like average viewers every stream.
Okay.
Or more, and then every other criteria I meet.
Oh, really?
My short-term goals, I'm trying to reach 500 followers, because right now, at the time of this recording, I'm at like 235. It's been a slow grind. I've kind of plateaued recently. I'm starting to see my way out of it. I think a lot of the, like, once I start actually making content for YouTube, I'll hopefully see that rise. But as I said, I'm never going to be satisfied. My biggest goal is to make a huge community. Like, I want to have, like, a bunch of people in my chat that I can sit there and be like, hey, how you doing? We just talked about something the last stream. What are your thoughts now? People who are constantly viewing. That's my biggest thing. Like, I want consistent viewers, a consistent community, which is possible. It's a
grind.
It's a grind. It's trying to get people to come from whatever they're doing, or even if it's they're watching Twitch themselves, or if they're on something else, to coming over to my chat and watching me and enjoying my content is huge. So,
nice.
Oh yeah,
seems like a very realistic goal. I mean, you're over halfway there for most of it. So, you said you meet all the criteria for the partner, except the subscribers.
I technically meet every other bit of partner except for the viewers. 75 average viewers. However, just because I meet the criteria doesn't necessarily mean that I would actually get partnership. I still would have to put an application in for it.
Oh, really?
And then they would decide or no. There's people who meet that criteria, and for whatever reason, they still don't make partner. It takes them several applications of doing it over a course of a certain amount of months. So my goal with that and becoming a Twitch partner is I want it to where, like, my community is so big and I'm bigger in Twitch that they actually come to me and ask me if I want to be a partner.
So you once you make the criteria, you won't apply. You want them to come to you.
I want them to come to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I want them.
It's
I like
optimistic.
that's my biggest thing. Is like I
I
made
like that.
affiliate. Like you, once you meet the requirements for affiliate, you're automatically approved for it.
Okay,
You just got to accept it. Now,
gotcha.
once it gets to partner, I want to have that feeling like they want me.
Yeah, I bet that would feel way better than like, oh,
Mhm.
we approved you, or even the rejection. That would be awful. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Which it's happened before with people like, you know, going to them to get partner, like Twitch going to them and like, hey, you want to be a partner on our platform? Like, I don't know if that will ever happen, but that's my goal. That's my biggest goal.
I like that.
Bless you.
Oh,
Yeah, bless
oops.
you.
You're welcome. Well, you got anything else you want to ask him?
um, uh, I guess I'm drawing blanks here. I Do you have any, I guess, advice and equipment to start
Um,
out on?
audio. Audio is the biggest thing.
So like a good mic.
Yeah, like
Start
a
with a good
good
mic.
mic or a good mic setup. Even if you're like, if you have a choice between getting a camera and getting a nicer microphone, I would 100% say get a nicer microphone than a camera.
And that probably
Um,
comes back to people just listening at work or doing yard work or
mhm,
whatever, enjoying it that
yeah,
way versus actually actively being engaged and watching it, which both are great, but they don't, if they're just listening and that's most of it, they don't care how great your picture quality is, which makes perfect sense actually.
well, and the biggest thing is like you could have like the best camera in the world, and people are actually watching, like visually watching it, but uh,
If
it's
you don't
like
have a good
Yeah, if you
voice,
sound like
that's
shit,
it's
they're not going to
unpleasing.
want to listen.
exactly, it's very unsettling when you see something and then like the audio is very crappy or cuts out stuff like that. That's one of the things I struggled with the most was audio, um, especially when I did the two PC setup because I was using it digitally, transferring my audio to both the computers. And finally, I got a mixer, and it made a world of difference.
Yeah, we
Like,
got a mixer right away, and I don't know how we do it. I told Chase we didn't need it. I was like, we don't need a mixer to start. And he insisted on the mixer, and he made the right call.
Yeah.
and the podcasting mixers are great for streaming too. Like the what's it, the Rode Procaster, I think,
I don't
or
know.
the
I'm not familiar.
Rodecaster Pro, something like that. It's like it's a super expensive mixer, but like it's super nice.
I bet it
Like
is.
I have the Go XLR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Go XLR, and it is like it's pretty pricey, but I can, I have separate sliders for everything. Um, I have a cuss button. Whenever
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember it, I can press it.
If
Yeah.
So
you want to send us like a link to that on Amazon or wherever you get it to, we can put that in the description in case anyone is interested
Yeah.
in any of that stuff.
well, the
We'll
biggest
try and
thing
put
though
it
is
all in
like
the description.
you don't even necessarily need the Go XLR. As long as you buy something that's quality, even if it's just a USB microphone, like especially if you're just doing a single PC stream, um, buy something that has a lot of reviews that's well known. Um, like Elgato just came out with their own microphone that has mixer settings in the program.
Oh, really? So you can do it all
Yeah,
in.
like
Okay.
yeah, like my co-host Rev Sven, he has one of those, and it sounds amazing for a USB mic.
Awesome.
Like I'm running XLR, or XLR. Um, so that's the reason I did that is because there's so many different options and upgrades for it. But like if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, there's still great options for USB mics.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. We have a Behringer mixer, and then we got just some like mid-level mics. But
I had a Behringer Q502 USB.
yeah,
That's the one I started on, and it got me nice. But then I did the 2 PC setup, and I was sending all the audio from my game PC to my stream PC, and that was the nightmare. Was the audio
Trying,
going?
yeah,
yeah.
but that would be tough. We have, we sat here for a half hour trying to get everything working before we started recording. So it's
Yeah.
there's a learning curve. It's for everything you do, it looks easy, but be prepared for there to be a little bit of a learning curve. Don't get discouraged.
You know, now that I think about the question about equipment, honestly, the biggest thing for equipment for streaming is a PC. Now that I think about it, like you have to have a PC to stream. Well, you don't necessarily need to.
I can't do
Like
it
you
with my
can stream
iPhone.
off your PS4 and Xbox, but like I don't recommend it because there's not a whole lot of options to like customize it. Whereas like a PC, I just upgraded my um, visuals with my stream. Actually, last night I have a scrolling bar under my cam that like shows like the newest follower and stuff, and it rotates, so
Oh,
it makes
really?
my screen very minimal
Okay.
and it looks very clean.
So you don't have to
Uh,
update that; it just automatically updates.
Automatically does it.
That's
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
yeah,
And then they feel cool for subscribing too because now their name's out.
yeah, and it'll constantly rotate on the screen,
Nice.
which is very it's a there's a lot of custom widgets with PC. Like doing that on PS4 or Xbox, you can't do that stuff. You can't make those customizations.
Mm-hmm.
Versus a PC, you can do whatever you want with OBS.
Oh, for
As
sure.
long as you know coding or widgets and stuff like that, there's so many options.
Perfect. Got anything else?
No, you got any last advice for anybody?
Or anything
No,
else you want to say?
the only thing I can like recap on is like stay consistent. Don't give up. Like if you really enjoy doing streaming, and it's something that you've been interested in, and you even if you're not like the most outgoing person, especially when you stream, you have to give it time. You got to figure out who you're going to be, how you're going to present yourself, how you're going to play the game, because it's not going to be instant. It's never instant when it comes to Twitch or Facebook.
And there's a
Um,
niche for everything, so don't think just
mhm.
because you're quiet. I mean, like he said, there's people who just show their mouse and they don't talk. So I mean,
Yeah.
don't
So like,
don't worry, people aren't gonna like you because there's billions of people in the world. So
mhm. so
Learning to
that's the biggest thing.
learning to talk into the microphone's kind of like even difficult for
Yeah,
us
yeah.
just starting out.
we need booms. I see you got a boom there.
Yeah. Actually, this is a pretty expensive boom. Like it's a premium boom. And
Well, Chase buys our
I
stuff.
I
Price
broke
is
it.
no issue for me.
Uh,
I've already broken my premium boom arm, and
Really?
I'm currently waiting for them to like email me back on a replacement for it. So
So I'm gonna
you
avoid
have to be
that unless you get great customer service. You'll have to keep me posted.
well, it was kind of my own fault
Oh,
that I
I see.
broke it.
Truth comes out. Okay.
Yeah, so
You
like
threw it? Is that what you said?
no,
Oh.
I tightened the knob too hard, so like broke.
Oh, like a C clamp kind of just broke in the
You know,
middle.
uh, it's a tactile tightener,
Oh,
so
okay.
like
Gotcha.
it's springless. Uh,
mm,
Yeah, so like there's like a rod that goes through it that like you have to like tighten because the rod always wants to go up like that, like straight. So to bend it, you have to like, tighten it at certain points. It's interesting. It's a nice looking boom arm. It's very quiet. That's why I got it because like the spring one is very loud, like especially when you move it.
oh, yeah.
Super loud.
Springs vibrate, so it's just gonna make
Oh
everything.
god, yeah.
That's all your
It's
voice
god
is,
awful.
vibration. So I'm sure it makes a horrid noise.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. It's just consistency. Like, be consistent with your content. Be consistent with your socials. Like, and just don't give up. Like, I mean, if it's something that you genuinely want to do, you'll be able to do it. You know, and even if it's something that you do for a long time, and then you decide, hey, it's just not for me anymore. That's okay. But like, if you're going into it and you're super excited and you're super motivated to do it, and then like 2 streams in, you're like, I'm not getting any views. I'm not gonna waste my time on this anymore. That won't work. You
No.
got to keep pushing yourself to do it,
And if you
especially other content.
and if you genuinely enjoy it, like he said, don't worry if people aren't watching it because you're enjoying it. So
Yeah, I
the
I love
views
it.
will come. The views will come.
Yeah, like there's times where it's a slow day, and I'll only be streaming to like 2 or 3 people, and I'm still streaming. My live button is still on. I'm not gonna cancel that stream just because there's 2 people.
Hmm.
Because like not only am I not giving a chance for more people to come in later, I'm also uh, essentially canceling my hobby.
And if you're playing the game anyways, I'm sure
Hmm.
getting it started is the hard part, right? Like starting the stream. So
Yeah,
once your stream's rolling, I mean, you don't have anything to lose at that point.
yeah.
So
There's literally you're already playing the game anyways, and you're
yeah,
already
you already
planning
did
on
the
doing
legwork.
this content. Hmm. So that's the thing. I've seen so many people. I've had multiple people ask me like, what do I do? How do I get started? And I'll be like, I tell them. I've actually told someone, you both know him. I'm like, hey,
Can we get
it
initials?
starts with a C.
C.
Sorry, it's not me.
No, but close.
Uh, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
I
know.
like
think I already guessed it.
Is it a bit
yeah.
of a
So like
relative to
yeah.
one of us? Okay,
So
yep,
like
yep.
so like I'm like, hey, it's not gonna be easy. You got to be consistent. Here's what you need. This is what you have to do. And they were super hyped about it. They got all this equipment, and I'd never see them online anymore.
Oh,
So I've seen it happen so many times where people are like, I want to get started. I want to get started. I want to do this. I'm into it. And they stream for a couple times and like, I'm not getting any views. I'm done.
hmm,
Or like there's someone I went to school with who was streaming and they got a lot of trolls in their chat, like people who are being mean to them, and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't do this anymore. It's too mentally taxing. Well, it comes with the territory. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's okay, but it's something you have to prepare for
Yeah, it's something you have
because you are
no
streaming to
control
the
over.
internet.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have control
The
of it
internet is
too, because
undefeated,
you can.
so just know that going in. There are trolls.
Mhm.
They will find you. So
It is the internet.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why like a lot of the times like I don't say my name. Like my community refers to me as Mr. Green. Because like I don't like, hey, my name's Dakota. I don't really do that because like I'm trying to prevent as much as possible like people finding my personal information.
Hmm.
Like even you, Jeff, asked me like, why do you go by Mr.
Yeah,
Green?
yeah,
Like
I did.
there's
And we
there was a lot of
we cleared it
issues.
first before I
Yeah,
started calling him Dakota.
yeah, like a lot
His
of the
real name's
issues.
Chad, so
Uh, like a couple years ago, a lot of people were doing what's called swatting, where
Oh,
Oh
they
yeah.
yeah,
get the
yeah,
personal
I saw
information,
about that.
and that's something I don't want to
No,
happen.
you don't want none of that.
So I try to keep my personal information personal
Hmm.
as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
Like,
perfect sense.
yeah,
Chad, I mean Dakota. So,
Chad, Chadwick.
but yeah, yeah, that would be very, very unfortunate.
Yeah. I guess my last question. Do you like my hair?
Yeah, you like my hair?
Yeah.
I like
I'm
your
growing
hair.
my hair out. I'm actually growing my out, and I'll pull it out here. Um, that's it's
That's
super long because
yeah.
I'm actually growing it out to. Uh, I'm donating it
Oh, you're getting cut off for like
to.
locks of love.
What was
You'll be
that?
looking like my pops in no time.
Well,
Are,
I'm donating my hair to Wigs for Kids.
oh, wigs for kids.
That's my. I'm gonna do a charity stream when I cut it. So that way, like, I need it. This is not even like a third of the way where it needs to be, but
God.
I haven't
It's
had my
so
hair this long
dark.
in forever.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's the view, but it looks like black almost. I didn't know your hair
what
was
was
that
that?
dark, I guess. Your hair looks so
Yeah,
dark. It's weird. I didn't never realize it
yeah.
was that dark.
It's super long now. So this is. I haven't had it this long since I was like 13, 14.
I don't
So
even think I
Little
remember you ever with long hair.
little
I used to never
emo
cut my hair.
Chad walking the halls,
Yeah, like I
choosing
used to
Chasen.
feel like
Terrible thing.
so emo. So
Have you seen my hair lately?
Don't
now, like,
show.
I haven't seen it with your hat off.
Don't.
Oh, I went blonde, bro.
Why'd you gotta do that? No.
Yeah.
Well, that's all, folks.
Yeah.
It's like a
So
bowl
I'm
cut, though.
hoping. I'm hoping sometime this year, like by the end of the year, I can actually do the cutting stream, the charity stream.
Can I cut it?
Um, well, if you want to, if you're actually gonna come up here and cut it.
I will travel there and cut it.
Yeah. So like my biggest thing was like I wanted to do a charity stream, because like I've been taking care of my grandma a lot, and she was diagnosed with what's called MDS.
Shout out, Grandma.
Yeah, shout out grandma. So so her blood doesn't like form properly. So
It
like my
doesn't
charity stream is
form
going to be for
property.
that. Yeah, it's like her hemoglobin is gets low,
Okay.
and then like her blood platelets are like misshapen, so they don't work properly.
Interesting. That's too bad.
It's referred to as like pre-leukemia.
Oh,
That's not good.
So like she was on chemotherapy for a while. So that's my goal, is to do a charity stream for that,
hmm
and then
But for kids,
well,
kids going through it.
anyone really.
Oh, well, you said wigs for kids, so
The wigs for kids to like get hype for it, because kids also need, kids get cancer, so
yeah.
oh, prayers.
it's two different charities that I'm
I see.
trying to
I see.
give to.
Gotcha. Oh, I see. The stream's going to one, and then the hair is going to another. I see.
Exactly.
I got you now. Sorry, I'm
You
a
picking
little.
up what I'm throwing down? Yeah. So
You gonna
yeah,
cut the hair in this stream though?
in the stream, my hair is
I'm
going
going
to
to
get
cut
cut
the
on
hair
stream.
in the
Mhm.
stream. I'm gonna shave it
Yeah.
bald. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good
I
time.
don't want it to go bald. I want to go
Hold
long enough
on,
to where
hold on,
I
whoa,
can.
whoa, whoa, whoa. We
I'm
already
gonna
agreed I could
ponytail it.
cut it.
I'm going to ponytail it and then cut it from there, and then I'm going to get a haircut.
I think you should ponytail it and then just shave it all off.
Think
No.
of the children.
It's more of a like I don't want to look goofy because my head is all misshapen.
But I bet, yeah, that's true. You have to have a good head for it.
Yeah, and like
It'll
My
never
bo-
grow back the same either if you do shave it, so keep that in mind. It'll be rough, like a dog. You don't want that.
yeah, my boss, like, on my day job, my boss already doesn't like my long hair.
Oh,
I guess.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so like if I
She's the
shave it,
best.
if I shave it, she'll be even more pissed. So,
We'll tell her to make up
but
her mind. So you didn't like it long. Now it's short.
but hopefully in like the next 2 years, I won't actually be working for a company. I'll be working for myself. That's my goal. Is I want to go full time to streaming.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah.
that's a good goal. Hard place to get, but good goal.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
You're my favorite streamer.
Oh, stop.
Mr.
Stop it.
Green Elite.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Danny's probably my favorite. He's just got the voice and that sweet
He's got a
mustache
nice
I
voice.
haven't seen. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the biggest thing. Like, that's the one thing I criticize the most about myself is my voice. Like,
Just get some auto tune.
I don't think that works. So,
Sound like
and
T-Pain.
that wouldn't be real.
I don't
Jeff. That
think
wouldn't be real.
That's true.
I
What
don't
did
think you
call
have
me?
that bad of a voice, Dakota.
No, it's nice. I wish you
No,
were a little
I-
closer to the mic, but just pull it about a fist from your face, as the great Joe
Well,
Rogan would say.
Yeah, I try to keep it like a little bit more distant because like I can hear myself breathe.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if you can hear
that's
me. I've noticed it a couple times. I
no,
have to
like
turn my
I
head.
always critique my speaking on stream. Like I'll search for clips on my previous broadcast, and like I always like I hate it because I'll sit there and I'll listen to myself talk, and I cannot stand the sound of my own voice.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can't either. Like when Chase does the editing, like I can't be involved if I'm talking because I hate my voice. It's one of those
yeah,
things. Like one time when I was like 16, I was like, wow, I'm a great singer, and I recorded myself singing, and I was like, I will never do that aloud
yeah,
again.
yeah. So like I've been practicing like vocal coaching. Like I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos like on ways to like make my voice sound better, or trying different breathing exercises, and I'm still not there. But like that's one of the reasons why I keep my mic a little bit farther away is because like I can hear myself breathe in, and like
Yeah.
it drives me fucking nuts. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss on
You
your
can.
podcast.
Chase can take the 8
Okay.
hours out of his day to bleep it. It's no problem at all.
Yeah, so like that's the biggest thing. It's like I hate the sound of my voice. That's my biggest critique about myself
That would
is my
It
voice.
shouldn't matter if you're doing a live stream, but once you start doing YouTube, then you're probably really gonna it'll drive
Oh,
you
I'm
nuts.
sure.
Maybe you could edit like Danny's and he'll edit yours or something. Just find someone else who's kind of new that you can trust. Be like, I hate my voice. I don't mind yours. Let's
Like just
figure
voice
this
over
out.
my stuff, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you don't get. He doesn't have to voice over, but if he were
I
to
would
do your
I
edits,
would prefer it.
yeah. Here we have a young Dakota.
Yeah. So,
Well,
any other questions or?
I
um,
think we're about out of time. Um, this one's already late. So,
yeah.
if you want to go ahead though and plug one more time, uh,
Yeah.
do the podcast, do your stuff. If you want to plug Danny again too, and
Yeah. So
we will put it all in the description as well. But if people don't want to read it, they can hear it.
yeah. So Danny is twitch.tv/DANIECAE. It's Danny K, all one word.
Mm-hmm.
The podcast, the Next to Nothing podcast, is on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are found. That's one of my biggest things on the stream, by the way. Is like I'll pitch the podcast and I'll be like, you can also check this out on the Next to Nothing podcast, which is on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts are found. So
That was a great radio voice,
yeah,
by the way. I'll say that.
so yeah, that's the biggest running gag too. So yeah, check those out. Next to Nothing, next space to space nothing podcast. If you have Alexa, you can actually tell Alexa to play it, but you have to say the podcast Next to Nothing the podcast, or else it will play a podcast called the Next Podcast. I don't know why.
Does it work on
Um,
Google?
I don't know. I've never tried it on Google.
Should we
I
try
have
it?
Alexa, so
you unplugged it.
I did unplug it. One time I told
yeah.
it to.
So
Yeah, sorry.
you're good. And then of course my stuff, my socials, on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Mrgreenelite. That's MrGreenelite. I need to shorten it. I need to figure like a different name, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty set on Mr. Greenelite. So
Yeah. Well, people
um,
know it now too, so that's
yeah,
what now
it's just really
you've been
long.
doing it for a while. That was like
2 years.
yeah, when we made emails, it was tough for this one. I wanted to abbreviate it, and he's like, no. So we compromised and we took cast out of the email. If you want to reach out to us, by the way, while everybody's still listening, if you are listening, it's Chasen, CHASEN .dreams, DREAMS, pod@gmail.com. And you can email us there if you want to be a guest. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well, and you'll see the Dream and Air there. If you do want to be a guest, you can just, if you don't want to email me, you can just fill that out and send it back. Dakota did all the questions. We try not to bombard you with anything. Like we won't ask your home address or anything crazy like that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. I don't know about
You're
really
getting
good.
better.
I'm trying. This
You're
is
better.
number 3 now, so total for me. Is there anything you want to promote, Chase?
Um, not really. Though, Dakota, I would like to have you come back when you hit your goal of 500.
It's not 500. It's
Yeah, I can
75
do
active
that.
views too.
Oh,
That's the one.
75 active views.
Well, no.
Not
No,
active.
my
excuse me.
next like metric goal.
Is
Yeah,
the
my
500?
next metric goal is 500.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's what
Sorry,
I
I
thought
blew
you
up.
the
I
said.
75
apologize.
average.
Well, you said both,
The
so I'm
70
sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's the 75 average viewers is for partnership.
Oh, that's for partnership. I'm sorry. That's not necessarily a goal. You want the subscriber count.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I would like to.
No, not even subscribers though. I don't
Is it
push my
followers?
subscribers that much. It's just follows. Yeah, like
Because
I would prefer
subscribers,
like
you have to
if
pay.
you want to subscribe to me,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like subscribers help my stream, but like
But the follows the big
I would
thing.
prefer like the follows because like
You can follow
the
for
follows
free.
are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Subscribers are the only thing that subscribers do is they help. It's supporting my stream. So like every dollar and Twitch payout and like bits and subscribers, I always put back into my stream. So,
Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about doing too. We got a long way to go, but just to break even would be nice because it's expensive to start out and do it correctly, I guess, which is what we wanted to do. It's hard to get people to listen if it's bad right away. So if you start off with at least good audio and then the content gets better, I feel like you can grow.
I went a little bit too far though. Like I couldn't find a table I liked, so I built my own to fit like my whole closet space. Yeah, I don't know. You don't have to go that far.
well, I went to Restore, and I bought a desk for $15. It's a 6-foot desk.
Shout out
So,
Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, like it was super cheap, and like I had to like glue one of the legs still, but I mean, yeah, you don't have to like go all insane.
Okay. Like
We
that
have
she
ghosts.
just like slowly lets the handle go back like she didn't open the door. It's fine. Taylor, you gonna make an appearance? She doesn't.
We have ghosts, guys. Taylor is our ghost.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Don't forget to check Dakota out. Don't forget to subscribe here. Give Dakota a follow if you want to subscribe. That's cool too. I don't think he'll fight you about it.
I will not. No.
Don't troll him too hard. You can give him a little bit.
Yeah, if you come in and make some jokes, like that's fine. Like even if you're just like, poking some fun, like I don't mind that.
No, he's
like I encourage.
He's
it.
a good sport.
Yeah, you guys might even see me there. I jump in every now and then on his.
If you see me there, don't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, thanks again, and we appreciate you being our first guest,
Can't wait to have you back.
which will happen.
Yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun.
You got 30
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
the invitation expires. No. All right.
we're
right.
both growing together, man.
Thanks, Dakota.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
No problem.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.